The Chicago Bears' next move just became crystal clear. Let's talk about it. My name is Paul. Together with my buddies, we are the NFC North Guys, bringing you all the latest NFC North news, analysis, debates, whatever you want. We got it right here. We're trying to build an awesome community of just Midwest football guys watching the best division on earth, where we can, engage in healthy debate, talk some smack, and just have fun talking football. So every person that likes and subscribes, the community gets just that much bigger and better. So please don't miss out on being a part of that. Hit the subscribe button. And then before I get into the moves the Bears need to make, I got a few of them actually. I just want to take a quick second and say, I know we're all hurting today. I know that was painful. I have four sons actually, and a couple of them were just crushed last night, just crying. Reminded me of, I think that's about how I looked after they lost in the Super Bowl and the 0-3 Cubs. We've been through it as Chicago sports fans. This was a particularly painful one. But we also have to realize, this team was probably a year early. I know Caleb Williams was technically year 2 in the NFL, but this was year 1 in the Ben Johnson system. It really was the rookie year that he deserved last year. Colston Loveland, Luther Burden, they weren't even a part of this offense until midway through the season. They're both rookies. They're going to keep getting better. Darnell Wright's going to keep getting better. Rome Odunze hopefully will be healthy next year and can get better. This defense was so banged up. I know Jalen Johnson was playing at the end of the year. He wasn't his normal self. You don't just miss 75% of the regular season and come back full strength. Same goes for Kyler Gordon. We had weeks where we literally didn't have any of our starting linebackers. To have made it this far is incredible and just points to the ceiling of this team. And I know people are going to be like, regression to the mean, they're not going to win all these close games. I don't think they're going to be in as many close games next year. Another year of Caleb Williams in this system, and it's going to be scary. And that was kind of Jaquan Brisker's message to the team, or to the media after the game, is seeing him grow from the first day he walked in to what he is now. It's amazing to see what type of player he's going to be. He's going to continue to grow. He's going to become a better man, a better person, a better player, a better teammate. And you see the plays he's making out there, and you can't coach those things. And that's what you hear so much from so many different people in the media, is you just can't coach what he does. I think I saw Pro Football Talk, Mike Florio. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I did like his tweet. He said, Caleb Williams has played in 2 playoff games and might have 2 of the greatest playoff throws in NFL history. That's the kind of talent we have at quarterback. We have one of the best young coaches in the game. This is going to be some fun seasons ahead for the Bears. This was just the start. This was before any of us expected to be real Super Bowl contenders. We already were, because this team's so talented. So now let's talk about, what do they have to do to get better? And first thing, I got to poll the audience right now. Comment below, what is your opinion of DJ Moore at this point in time? If you haven't caught that final interception, watch the all 22 footage of it. Google Chase Daniel, DJ Moore, Caleb intercept, whatever you got to do to get that play up. He did a good breakdown of it. I've seen a few people break it down, and when you see the behind the offensive line view of what Caleb saw, it really looks like DJ Moore quit on that route. It looks like not only could he have maybe made a big play and set up the Bears to get that final field goal, but at a minimum, he should have been there to break up that pass and let the Bears live to fight another down on offense. He stopped running that route, and that's on him. And there's kind of already been rumors this offseason about clearly this offense is going to be Luther Burden, Colston Loveland, the running game, and hopefully Rome Odunze when he's healthy. DJ Moore already kind of felt like the odd man out. And this is not the first time we've seen this. He has had many times this season where he looks disengaged, he looks frustrated, he's not getting the ball, he's quitting on routes run, and he just did it on the biggest play of the season, and it may have cost the Bears the game. To his credit, I also love the dude. He's given us some of the most fun times I've seen as a Bears fan. His 3-touchdown game with Justin Fields against the Commanders. Obviously, he caught the game-winning touchdown in both of those Packers wins this year. He had the one-handed catch yesterday that was a huge Huge play to keep the Bears drive moving. Like, he makes some big time plays too. So I don't want this to just be a dump on DJ Moore, get him off the team, he's garbage. But I do think there needs to be some healthy discussion. Like, at what point is enough enough? Like, can you really have a veteran leader in your locker room quitting on plays like that and accept it? I really think it might be in the Bears' best interest to trade DJ Moore for, he probably would only get about a 4th-round pick. I mean, that's what you've seen, like, Keenan Allen and Deebo Samuel in recent years get. But the big thing is it would clear up some cap space to put towards the defense, which I think is sorely needed, and then maybe you use that 3rd or 4th-round pick on a wide receiver. And, Ben Johnson has, so far we've only seen him draft Loveland and Burden, and I think those guys turned out pretty well. And Monangai in the 7th, like he's got an eye for offensive talent. Like, I feel like you could get pretty good production from a rookie receiver based on what we've seen from him. But even DJ Moore aside, the next thing the Bears need to do, and I got one more thing after this, is they need to hit the jugs machine and turn that thing up to the highest level. Because it wasn't just DJ Moore who let Caleb Williams down. Clay Harbor, former Bears tight end, he had a tweet and mentioned it. Rome had 4 targets and 3 of them were drops. Of course, we all know the big time one in the first quarter, that very first drive, should have been a touchdown. Could the ball have maybe been a little better? Yes, but like, it hits you in the hands like that. Like, I feel like I'm probably catching that. Rome's got to catch that. And, you got to give a little bit of a pass. Like, it's freezing cold. Who knows if the ball's wet? Your hands might be numb. Like, there's a lot of things going on there. Caleb's throwing 90-mile-an-hour fastballs all the time. Like, it's a hard job. I don't want to sit here and dump on the Bears players. But this was a theme a lot through the year. And, like, last night, another one. Colston Loveland had a lot of uncharacteristic drops. Like, we haven't seen that from him all year, but he had several last night. And they, like this tweet said, they were killing drives. And it was same with Rome. Is just so many drives were, like, promising, and then there'd be a big drop, and either that would be on 3rd down or it'd be on 2nd and 10, and instead of 3rd and 2, it's 3rd and 10, and you're behind the sticks, and it just makes your job that much harder. And there's so many people complaining about Caleb Williams' completion percentage, but, like, the Bears were top 10 in the NFL in drops this year. He threw away more passes than anyone else in the NFL because he's been good at protecting the ball. I think you'll see a much better completion percentage if the Bears can get that fixed. Like, Loveland, Burden, Adunze, DJ Moore, if he comes back, all of them have to turn that jugs machine up to the fastest speed it can go and get used to catching some fastballs, because they're going to be coming. Another thing they need to do, actually I have one more thing after this too that I'll get into, so stick around for that. But the next thing is, I think they got to re-sign Jaquan Brisker. So he's a free agent. He said after the game, we're all not going to be here again. This team is going to look different next year, and it's sad because this was a special group. I really care about my teammates and coaches. I care about this city. In some ways, it kind of sounds like a guy who just played his last game. In some ways, it kind of sounds like a guy who's really hoping he can come back, but knows, like, every year there's some roster turnaround. It's tough to know. Comment below, do you want Brisker back? Like, there were some times this year that he wasn't at his best. You can debate back and forth on how important the safety position is and if those are worth being paid. For the record, Spotrac.com projects him at about a $10 million a year salary, saying 3 years for $30 million would be about his market value, which would rank as the 19th highest safety. It is a big contract to give a safety, but gosh, if you just look at the way he played last night, he was balling. Like, he was breaking up passes. He was stuffing the run game. He had a big sack on Stafford. Like, I got a friend group that I'm always texting with, and somebody who, like, doesn't even watch the Bears, I'm not even sure he knew who Jaquan Brisker was, texted, like, my gosh, Brisker is just having the game of his life. Like, he tore it up last night. And when he plays like that, absolutely give him the $10 million contract per year. Like, he looked like a star. I'd love to see him come back, and I'd love to see him play like he did yesterday for a full season. Last thing that they need to do, they got to figure out a tush push. Like, it worked a couple of times. Like that Caleb, that one where he kind of like ducked to the left. I guess I'm backwards here. Ducked to the left to get behind Joe Tooney and went all the way to the outside, picked up a big 4th and 1. That worked well. But man, did they struggle on those 3rd and 1s and 4th and 1s. And I remember the day before, my brother-in-law, he's a huge Broncos fan, so I'm always watching the Broncos because I know it's important to him and my nephews and stuff. So I'm watching that game. Honestly, I would have watched it anyways. I just love the NFL. But it was like every time it was 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 for the Bills, first down, every time. And it's the same thing with the Eagles. When you have that effective tush push with like a Jalen Hurts or a Josh Allen, it is so hard to stop. And like, I don't know if Caleb Williams is big enough to do what those guys do, but you see other teams do it really effectively with like a tight end. Like Cole Kmet, I think would be perfect for it. I think they've tried it with him a couple times, but get him some snaps in the offseason, get him used to that, put Monungai behind him and let them, and Durham Smythe, and get an effective tush push going to where when this team is in 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 or inches, like it's just a foregone conclusion that it's a first down, because it was not last night, and that was a big factor in the game. If the Bears converted more of those 3rd and 4th and 1s, like, it might not even have been a close game. So, like, these are, in my opinion, these are the things the Bears really need to work on this offseason. You guys, let me know, what do you think the Bears need to work on? We can talk it out in the comments. Like I said, give me your thoughts on trading DJ Moore, on whether they should re-sign Jaquan Brisker or not. But the big thing is we got to pick our heads up. Like, I know we're all bummed today, but this team is going to be so fun to watch for the next decade. Like, I feel like my entire Bears fandom over the last 30 years, I've been waiting for a quarterback like Caleb, and we've all been waiting for a coach like Ben Johnson, and we finally have both. We just got to, pick a couple pieces, like, just get better at a couple places, and I think this team is going to be even better next year. So, like I said, comment below, and then don't forget, like and subscribe. Join this awesome community. We're going to have a lot of fun this offseason breaking down all the different teams and their drafts, their free agency. We'll be talking about all of it right here. So like and subscribe so you don't miss out on that.